furry love.
I love my furry love. Oh.
An Amish love. Do you like feet?
Oh. Especially ones with big old calluses on them.
I like a good club foot.
I love feet. There we go. There's our theme.
Toe jam.
I love feet.
It makes me weep.
Love feet. I love feet.
Mercy.
Oh, baby, don't cut those toenails. Keep them long. 'Cause I want you to scratch my back.
Can you imagine that?
Ooh, I want you to climb the walls with those, baby. Oh, I love feet. I'm in search of a mature woman. You know I like to please. Really doesn't matter. You don't have to send a nude. Well, you could if you please. Because in search of a mature woman, in search of a mature woman, send a
셋. 아,掴んだ.今度は掴んだ. 오,しかし.
This is アメリカと
さすがアメリカ人、欧米人。ものが違うとはこのことですね。
逆にディーノ選手に指の関節が決められてますね。
工藤選手もディーノ選手。
What's up, the internet? We're going to talk about a bunch of things, and we're never going to stay on topic. This is the show that has ADD. We are the ADD of the internet. This is Tangents with Nate and Todd. I'm Nate. And Todd's missing. I don't know where Todd went. I think Todd's late. What do you think, Day?
Yeah, I think he's late.
Where is he?
Just running a wee bit late.
Yeah. So, how have you been, Day? Huh? Have you had a good week? I haven't seen you in a while.
Well, I'm sick of winter. Winter sucks.
I can't go a day. I can't go a day without Tori mentioning, my wife mentioning that she doesn't want to live in cold stuff anymore. She said the air's hurting her face and it's just not cool.
Yeah.
Well, no, it is cool. It literally is cool, but she's sick of it. Sick of it.
Yes. We
'Cause
all
it's
need to
getting
move someplace
annoying.
warmer. Much warmer. Like, a lot warmer.
You ever vacation?
I mean, I went to Park Safari, but that's north. I don't know if you call that a vacation. And
You went to a place where it's colder.
yeah, technically. At least it was summer when I did it. I mean, yes, Tori, I agree. It's time to move.
Time
And
to
then-
move. Movie. She wrote, it's time for a movie. That's what she wrote.
And then,
I just blew Day's eardrums out.
wow. Yeah, don't do that.
I've got myself a little soundboard now. I'm having fun with it.
Jesus.
I've got another one. I don't know where it is yet, but yeah.
The point being, unless we're talking about actually having moved, like if we're just talking vacation, I think the furthest south that I've vacationed was I went to Pennsylvania.
Oh, the old Vania, huh?
Yeah.
You know,
and then
where the Dutch live?
yeah, and then out west we went to St. Louis. I've literally been no place warm. Just
you
for
did.
fun.
We went to St. Louis together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we drove your little douchemobile.
Yes. Hey, it's a very efficient douchemobile.
It was great. I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We call it the douchemobile, right?
Yes, that's what I have deemed it. It is the douchemobile. It's got some nice dirt decals on the side.
That was a good trip, though. I mean,
It
we got to
was.
see. We drove west, and we got to see all these little things. We got to stop at that one place. That first place we stopped at? It was the gift shop, but it was Native American. Okay, so we're driving, and where was that? Was that in Indiana? I think it was Indiana.
I think so, yeah.
And so we're driving in Indiana, and we see this, I mean, larger than life it was like it wasn't a totem pole. It was more like this Native American statue of like kind of a standing Native
Yeah.
American or whatever. And it just looked out of place, completely out of place. It didn't look like it was something that you should have on the side of the road in 2018. It definitely was something that we're like, it's obvious that there isn't a Native American reservation close by. So we stopped, we checked it out, and I'm telling you, there was so much stuff in there. It looked like Oriental trading is what it looked
Yes,
like, because it was. I don't think anything in there was authentic.
No, I mean, to be fair, there's these little plane models made out of bullet shell casings. That was kind of neat. I don't know how authentic, but cool.
How many Native Americans did you see working there?
Oh, none. Not like the way the shop was set up. That would not have flown in New York. Not
No.
around here. It
No.
wouldn't. No, that would be shut down so quick.
It was all white women.
Yeah.
It was
Little
all old white, yeah.
women. Yes.
and the worst part, I think the worst part of it was they had like something from the 80s, the old a Native American headdress, like bow and arrow and stuff like that. It was
Yeah.
just completely inappropriate. Just completely inappropriate. We took a bunch of pictures.
I had a fun time there, though. It was still fun.
We had a fun time making fun of it, actually.
Yes, that was exactly right.
But
Oh,
no,
man.
so you've never been to Disney?
No, I have never. So I see on Facebook, everybody's like, "Oh, gonna go to Disney again this year," and I'm like, "Oh, I'd like to go once in my lifetime, just once." I haven't been to SeaWorld. I haven't been to Disney World or Disneyland. I haven't been to Universal Studios. I haven't been to anything like that, besides Park Safari, which is basically a giant zoo in Canada.
Yeah, yeah.
Besides that, I've been to Great Escape.
So when you went to Park Safari, did you drive through and let the animals into your vehicle?
Yeah, well, they kind of, I don't know if you let them in your vehicle so much as they push their way into your vehicle.
Did they slobber on you?
Certain ones do, like
Now,
bison.
Did you go to Park Safari before we went to St. Louis?
Yes, I had been to
You
Park
went
Safari.
to Park Safari before we went to St. Louis, so I was in your vehicle with animal slobber all over the place.
I don't think I'm not sure if I took my car to St.
Hey!
Louis.
I'm home.
Oh, we should get you a chair. It's right over there. Well, so you let me ride in your car with animal slobber? How
no,
dare you?
I don't think my car has ever been to
Todd,
Park Safari.
Since you're the
I
last one
have.
here, you want to grab me something to sip on?
Yes.
Yes. See, I'm telling you, we are the ADD of the internet.
That's right.
Isn't that right?
Did you try calling me?
No, we were calling Google Voice. We were testing it.
Oh, okay, good, because I got some weird phone numbers in my phone.
You got some weird phone numbers in your phone?
Oh my.
I don't answer phone numbers that aren't in my phone. Actually, I didn't notice until.
Yeah, so Tori, speaking of being
thank
scared
you.
of the
Thank you.
animals,
Thank you.
the worst ones were the camels. They would stick their head right in your vehicle because they wanted the whole bag of food or whatever you had.
Yeah,
They
I
would
hate.
try and take the whole thing.
We're talking about vacations because it's so cold. No one wants to be here anymore. And Colleen says, "Get this girl down to Florida." So I lived in Florida. I lived in Florida for close to 5 years. It was like 4 or some odd years. Man, it was great when I was a young, kid with no kids. But man, for me with kids, I just didn't want to be there anymore. Plus, 4.5 years flew by in a blink of an eye. There's no seasons change. It's
No.
hot and not so hot.
Yeah. But see, that's what I loved about it. I lived in Florida for a year, and besides the school, I didn't like the education system. Besides the school, it was amazing. We walked barefoot everywhere. You could go in gas stations and stores barefoot. There was always a pier party going on every Friday. Like, you always had something to do. Everybody was like just overall happier.
She just tried to sell me on Florida because she could walk into gas stations barefoot.
Yes.
That's
it was
just
very
not
nice.
hygienic. That's not a sales pitch.
It's
I'm
'cause
not a
it's so
big
nice
feet
and warm
person,
out.
so or foot person. Some people just love feet, but you cover that shit up.
Yeah, and you're walking. It's a freaking convenience store. Why would you walk in barefoot?
Can I get the tuna salad?
It's like if you're just going for a walk that day and you're like, oh hey, while I'm here, I'll just grab a drink or something. You have the option. It's not like where you go for a walk on a really hot day and then you can't go anywhere because you forgot shoes, you forgot sandals, you forgot whatever.
Tori just wrote, "We have no season change.
It's
It's
true.
cold all the time."
My bare feet would scare young children,
Big old
so I
hangovers.
cannot. No, I could show you a picture. It's bad. Like,
I got myself a soundboard now.
I heard something.
I've been playing with it, but it's
vaguely.
only coming out of one side. I don't know if the audience can hear that, but it seems like it only comes out of one side. It's
Yeah,
it's
well.
kind of fun.
The irony of me living in Florida was I lived in Largo, which is 3 hours away from Orlando, which is where a theme park is. A really nice one.
What age were you?
I was 10. I
10?
was 9 and 10.
You were 10. You lived 1 hour,
Three.
3
I lived
hours
3
away
hours
from
away.
from Disney.
It would have been a day trip.
the greatest place on earth is what
Yes.
they say. And
Yes.
you've never been there.
Never been.
You didn't miss much. You ever been to Disney?
No, matter of fact, a similar kind of story, but I didn't live there. But we went down for a family vacation, and it was like about this time of year. I was in 8th grade, and my parents were like, "We can't go to Disney this year, but we'll go next year." And that next year never came. So,
They were hoping you'd forget.
Yeah.
I've played the forget card.
quite honestly, though, I don't think I missed anything. I mean, we went to Universal a couple years ago when we went down with my son, and he was quite a bit older, and that was fun.
Universal is awesome.
We did the 3D rides. We did the Harry Potter thing and Spider-Man, and it wasn't like going on a what do they call that roller coaster.
Roller coaster. Yeah. No, because
'Cause
you're technically
You're
not. Really,
I mean, I just have to, in my mind,
kinda only moving like
psychologically,
this.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, you are moving a little bit. With the Harry Potter one was pretty awesome.
I haven't done that one. That's newer.
That was pretty awesome.
So when we lived down there, actually, I'll go back. We went to Disney back in the 80s, like 84.
Oh, this was
I remember that.
Around then.
I remember little bits and pieces. I remember both my brother and I got chicken pox while we were down there.
oh, that sounds fun.
So yeah, you're in this heat, and not only that, now you're itchy, and it sucked. It really did suck.
Well, I was in not chicken pox, but extreme sunburn. I don't know what
Ew.
you call that.
yeah, you look
but-
like you'd burn a little.
Well, I'm pasty white. I am as white as Elmer's glue. They used to call me the pasty white boy. So
Tori's chiming in a little bit. She's like, Disney's not the greatest place on earth. We walked 15 miles in one day.
That
so
means it was fun.
so we went back in like a few Septembers ago. My brother was getting married, and I still have a bunch of friends down there. And one of them, his like partner had tickets. So and they said, if you guys want tickets, you only have to get a couple extra. We're like, heck yeah, because they are expensive. We're talking.
yeah.
I think it's like $70-$80 a pop per person, right? So it's this 4-park or 5-park pass, right? And our buddy goes with us because apparently the rest of his family doesn't like to go. So he kind of wanted someone to go. So he was on a mission. He goes, I'll go with you guys and I'll show you the ins and outs and how to get to every park.
Right.
So we go, and I'm telling you, she's not lying. He made us go to 15 parks in one day, and I'm telling you, I was chafed in places you shouldn't be chafed.
you have to hit everything you possibly can to get your money's worth.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm the opposite. I'm just like, look, I'm satisfied. Let's get the hell out of here.
Well, I know we stopped for lunch at one of those little eateries, right? And literally we got hot dogs and potato chips.
Yeah, how much?
For I think 6 of us total. Yes, five of us total, right?
Right.
It was $78. A hot dog, chips,
$78.
and a drink. $78.
Wow.
Yeah, I could not believe it. It was nuts. I was like being like Scrooge. Oh, 4 parks, 15 miles, she said. And we took one ferry and one tram. 2 trams. I don't know.
See, that's crazy.
It was
That's
nuts.
just crazy.
And we didn't even get to hit
And
a
for
couple of the
what?
rides. Like we went to the MGM to hit up the Star Wars park,
Mm-hmm.
and every ride was shut down. And I was like, so basically we made our way to the park that we couldn't ride anything, and we were like,
You know, let me tell you something, youngsters. When I was a boy, when I was a young man, going back to the early 1980s, you see, we used to go down to the Fireman's Field Day. You had the Midway rides.
oh, Those are fun.
You had the tilt-a-whirl. You had the, what do you call that? Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel.
And we had fun. And then we had slivers. We got wood slivers, and we poked each other in the eye. It was a good time.
If you didn't fear death a little, you weren't living. If you didn't
Well,
think,
it's true. I mean, think about it. When I was a kid growing up, I did not. I mean, outside up to 8th grade, when my parents were still together, my mother, she hated to go anywhere. So we were designated to stay in the neighborhood, and going to my aunt's in Lisbon was a big deal. And yeah, so when we had fun, it had to be something here in town. And so the Heritage Festival, the Fireman's Field
yeah.
Day,
Those were all staples.
Couple of big things that were in the summertime, or they had something going down at Springs Park, blah blah blah. So
concerts to the park every Thursday.
and I
starting
don't
in
feel
June.
like I got cheated. Yes, every Thursday you got good
Thursday.
live music. So that's
Live
good.
music here, right locally. If you're not local, well, apparently you shouldn't move here because everyone wants to leave. Tori says Hannibal Falls used to have a small roller coaster at the field day.
Yeah, well,
See,
they might have. I don't remember.
And that must have been hard because I know those midways and stuff like that. They gotta haul all that stuff. So
Yeah.
if it's not all encompassing, like just pull it out and pop some pins in, then it's a whole ordeal.
Yep.
So they have to stay open the whole weekend to make their money back. And
Well,
you got
it
a
was-
carny sitting there, get on, kid.
Because it was like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday kind of thing. And that was, as my childhood growing up, that's what I remembered the most, was going down there and this was before, like drinking and driving and all that was a big deal.
Before drinking and driving?
You know?
Oh, there was a time before that?
That was a big deal. And the parents would get sauced and, the kids would run wild. It was awesome.
Yeah. Better times, right? The mortality rate was so much lower.
I think it was. I don't think it's any worse. I don't think so. But
Oh, man. Did you see Alex Trebek died?
he died.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's not died. I'm sorry. My bad. Fake news. No, did you hear he said? I didn't mean
Yes,
he died.
I hear he had
He's
stage
got
4
stage
pancreatic.
4.
But here's stage 4. What is stage 4? Stage 4 means.
Stage 4 is pretty serious, I think.
But this is what my mother went through this. My mom died, but not from cancer. She died from COPD and pneumonia of her lungs. But she developed cancer late in, and they said it was stage 4. We're like, but like, well, all stage 4 means is that it was here and it moved to here. So it's in different parts. It's moving. It's not like just in the pancreas. Doesn't mean it's great. Doesn't mean he only has 10 days to live either. So stage 4 does not necessarily mean it's a death sentence. It just means that they have to do what they've got to do to control the travel of the
I don't know if
cancer.
you saw him announce it, but
I saw the preview, but
it's
he was.
just crazy how he's the decorum he has, the way he's able to carry himself.
You know what's funny
I wouldn't be able to do that.
is
I'm like, guys.
I watch people like that, and he got through it, and he did it. I mean, and he made jokes.
Yeah.
He made a joke about it.
Mm-hmm.
But how do they really feel on the inside? I mean, is it terrifying? Is it?
Yeah.
I just can't imagine. I mean, and I think about that. I mean, I'm 47 years old, and I mean, I've gone through what my mom died, my Aunt Betty just died, and I have several other aunts and people. I mean, I've had classmates of mine die, and it's like my life is not. It's like I'm lucky to be 47.
Yeah, sometimes we
Luke
have to.
Perry died. He was 52.
That hit me like a ton of bricks.
And I'm like, I'm 5 years from 52.
So I had at first when I thought of that, when I saw that, I thought, dude, he's like an actor. He probably has to keep himself in shape, and he just up and died with a massive stroke. But then someone else said, "Oh, I bet he lived a hard life." And I was
It
like,
depends.
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know. We don't know if he
lot
was
of-
like a party hardier in the 90210 days.
Could have been. You can only do so much cocaine. and those guys, especially back in I think back in the 80s, all my favorite rock stars and stuff, they must have snorted mountains of cocaine.
And how are they alive? today?
and
Keith Richards is probably the best
Well,
example.
that's an example of, and I'm a huge Motorhead fan, and Lemmy lived to be 70, and that's surprising because all he did was he didn't do cocaine, but he did speed. He was a methamphetamine guy, and drink Jack Daniels and Coke and smoke cigarettes.
Wow.
He lived to be 70.
Jeez.
Keith Richards is still going, and he did everything under the sun. But there were stories that they would, they had stories where he would actually recycle his blood. So
Oh wow! So like
so
transfusion or something.
transfusion. So he would get fresh blood. He'd take his old blood out, put new blood in.
Time to get the old stuff out.
I've heard that story.
If
I
you-
don't know if it's true or not.
If you want to tell us about your vacation and how you hate it when it's cold, or if you loved Alex Trebek or loved I'm so bad. Tell us your Luke Perry.
This could be just what we had.
Call us up.
Exclusive on Tangents of an 8 and Todd. Alex Trebek dies. No.
What is the wrong
no,
information?
no.
That is Tangents
Fake
with Nate and
news.
Todd.
Fake news.
You can give us a call, 315 Toy Road. Toy Road.
Well, that's why when it came up on my phone, it didn't come up Toy Road.
Didn't.
It was
Oh.
705-1714.
We were testing with this. We wanted to see if we could do like something with the iPad and see if it would come up.
Well, and I got caught up, and that's my apologies. For
No,
that.
man. We figured it's tangents, man. You never know what's gonna happen, right?
Well, I was over at Vino's.
Ooh, Vina
and,
Vita Vici. Yeah,
it
a
was
little
about-
plug for them.
It was about a quarter after, and I said, "Great." I said, "I'll finish up. We'll get going." I start talking with Robbie, and then of course Robbie and I got this little 2-man musical thing going.
We gotta. I already told Robbie he's got to come on the show. So we were like chatting. So you connect.
He said
with
he
him
wanted
in
to
the
do the
music.
show over at Vino's.
He did. I told him.
Which
it's a
might
little
be
hard.
difficult.
It's a little hard to pull all this stuff over there.
Well, they can do it.
I did say,
Wow.
if only there was a camera on day.
She's like,
If yeah, her brain,
she's not doing this,
No.
but she's thinking it.
her brain just went like this. Her brain just went like this.
No, that was earlier when you played that sound, and it surprised me because it was so loud.
But I did say that we would do. Maybe we'd have him on the show, and then we could do a live one like out over there. That'd be kind of
Yeah.
cool. But so you have the connection with him with the music, right?
Yes.
So we were talking after trivia one night, and he's got a short sleeve shirt on, and he had some tattoos showing, and I go, "Is that Kryptonian?" And he's like, "No one has ever guessed that that's what that was." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, I'm a geek." And he's like, and then we started geeking out on Superman stuff and DC Comics. Yeah. So it was kind of funny. I was like, "You should come on the show." I mean, you'd be.
No, Robbie's a cool guy.
yeah.
Super talented.
Yeah.
I mean, I met him through a
Oh.
mutual friend.
Hey, Tori says she can't hear the sounds. They might be a little too quiet.
I can turn them up. Yeah. Let me try. How about now?
Yeah, boy!
Hey, it came through both this time.
Yeah, that's much louder.
All right. Well, yeah, boy. So what you were saying about Robbie? You met him.
What? I can't hear what? Can't hear now.
It's a little loud.
No, I'm just kidding.
You don't like
No,
my
I met through a mutual friend, and we had a couple jam sessions and stuff like that. And the guy, is a really good keyboard player, piano player, and then he played his saxophone. We did a saxophone, and I was like, holy shit! And the guy can play saxophone.
Yeah.
And then he can sing. He can sing harmony, especially harmony. He loved to sing harmony.
Yeah.
Sing harmony in anything,
That's awesome.
especially to me. That's pretty bad. So
Yeah.
and then he gets on the drums, starts playing drums. I'm like, holy shamoly, this guy can play drums too, and play it well.
trifecta, quadruple.
So, and he seems to be a pretty down to earth guy. So we'll have to wait. Nice. Ooh.
Can you hear him now, Tori?
Nice.
Yeah, they can hear him.
Heard it.
Tina says, got it.
The sounds
and
they
Tori
suck.
says, they suck.
They suck.
Well,
My. Oh, my.
I'm sorry,
that
these are
one.
hilarious.
oh my.
I got some funny ones in here. I think that. Oh,
Hit or miss, I guess they never miss, huh?
have you
Is
heard
that,
that one
is
yet?
that Cardi B? Is
Have you heard that one?
that Cardi B?
I don't know who the hell it is. Honestly, it's like this meme, a hit or miss.
I don't know.
There's like kids going through like Walmart and stuff like that, and they go hit or miss.
I'm not sure who Cardi B is, but
You-
no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Oh,
Cardi B to me looks like Nicki Minaj. I mean,
second
second generation.
that may be racist.
All I know is I
it
saw
the wigs? Is it the wigs?
It's the wigs and the way
Yeah.
they look, and I'm like, she reminds me of Nicki Minaj. And they had a feud going on, didn't they?
They all have feuds. That's how the actually. You know what the funny thing is in the music industry, especially with the rap game and stuff like that. There may be some legitimate feuds, but at the same
I
time,
think it's
those feuds are WWE
Hey,
style wrestling.
Madonna and
tactics.
Lady Gaga made up.
Oh, well, good. They should.
Yeah, I think
They are cut from the same cloth, don't you think?
Well, in the '80s, Madonna was Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But here's the difference, though. Lady Gaga's got talent. I mean, she can actually sing and play and
Yeah.
do music, where Madonna really was more image and shock value.
That was one of my categories at trivia this week was Lady Gaga songs.
Oh yeah,
Well, she's kind of a been a now.
she's been a
She's
big
always
hit.
been a big hit.
I
but-
mean, Lady Gaga came out with a huge splash with her meat dress and her just craziness, and you never really saw who she really was. But she's an amazing artist. She's a fabulous singer. She's a fabulous musician. She's a songwriter. She's got it all, and but she covered it up because she's one of those, and it's so true. I mean, with the young lady, she wasn't comfortable with her looks, so she covered it up with a lot of
just kind of
this,
created a character.
But now it's like, no, she's cute.
There's
you know?
and there's like this because of the whole Stars Born thing.
Uh-huh.
There was rumors about her and
Oh, Bradley Cooper.
Bradley.
Yeah.
And she actually went on and said, she goes, everyone thinks that we're having an affair, and she goes, good. That's what we were kind of going for. They wanted.
Yeah.
To,
Oh, yeah.
They were
Yeah.
acting. They wanted
They're
to show, they wanted to show that they were emotionally involved in this song.
They were practically screwing in the movie. So
Yeah.
I
I always
mean-
wondered that. Like, I'm sorry.
I saw a nipple.
When they do it in a movie, I know that they probably have stuff that covers them, but I'm always
He
like,
had to have get hard.
that's
He
gotta
had
be
to get hard.
uncomfortable. Like you have to look that person in the eye
Well,
afterwards.
then again, you're also going through a choreographed situation. You're probably not thinking too much about, oh my God, I'm getting aroused. As so much as you're trying to do this next thing.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
I would probably have a hard time doing it, but I'm not a professional actor.
Then again, there's porn. So I mean, you can't say it's not impossible. So
It's not impossible, but no, I mean, I think that was the case, and I saw this. It was Jimmy Kimmel with Lady Gaga, and she was saying, "Look, Bradley Cooper, everything we did was already scripted, from them bringing the piano out." And the way that we stood and we walked up on stage, all of that was his vision. He put together all of that, and you know what? It worked. It worked. What are we doing? We're still talking about it
exactly.
because when you watch it, you get thrown into that.
Wow.
Now I saw the thing where he came up surprise when she was doing her Vegas thing,
I saw that.
and she was acting like she was like a teenager at a Beatles concert.
And she was in love with him. You could see.
Yeah.
You could see she was like.
Now, whether that was just a kind of a go-through from what they're going to be doing, or if this is something else, I don't know. But
Tori's making fun of me because I said the rap game.
the rap game,
Yeah.
why is that funny?
Listen,
Because that's that 90s thing?
I don't know because I
Hey.
know I'm gangsta, yo.
How about Tonic? If
The
I
band?
could only see the way you love me.
Oh yeah, okay.
How about Secret Smile from Semisonic? You like that one?
Hum a few bars.
I don't remember how it goes.
Actually, we were just listening to Gin Blossoms recently.
Were you?
Oh yeah.
Hey, jealousy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Hey, Jealousy, that's the one. The one song.
Well, I'm trying to think of
Found
some-
out about you. Found out about.
I forget how that one goes. But like with this renewed musical thing with Robbie, and it's here's the cool part. We've had 2 gigs.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many rehearsals we had? None.
None, because you just know. Because you guys
Well,
know.
Well, the thing is he's good enough where it's kind of like, all right, you just play a song and I follow along, and he'll fill in. He also plays harmonica. That's the other thing he's been working on.
It's a no-brainer.
So it's kind of like, and he's just like, well, I just watch you, and I'm like, well, good, because I'm watching you, because I will kind of look at you, and he kind of gets a vibe of what we're doing, and I mean, it's not always perfect, but It works, and we have
Most
fun
of the
doing
most of the time, people are drinking while they're listening, so they don't even notice.
My favorite saying whenever I play a gig out is, "The more you drink, the better we sound." So do yourself a favor.
Bottoms up. Bottoms up.
But yeah, no, and you know, I just started playing guitar a couple years ago, so
So you know,
I've never had much musical talent, but this is one of those things where,
you watch a YouTube video.
yep, I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and but he looks at you and look at him.
He looks at you, and I look at him, and I know what you're doing. And then he looks at me, and I look at him.
That sounds gay.
I'm sorry, I think it's funny. I don't
That
have that
sounds
one,
gay.
but I wish I did.
Loved the Lady Gaga category.
There's yeah.
Is there a Lady Gaga category?
That's the category I had at my trivia night.
My apologies.
She's from one of the regular teams.
I'm still thinking the Oscars. Like there was a
Oh.
in the Lady Gaga category.
We're just gonna give Lady Gaga an award every year, and in the category of Lady Gaga, hold on, and it is. Oh my God, it's Lady Gaga. Oh yes. Thank you. Where's the? I don't have it. I was gonna do.
Well, I didn't know. I was well because sometimes these. My apologies. I don't know.
Wait. Oh wait. We no. I'm sorry. We said the wrong one. We said the wrong. It is Lady Gaga. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yes. Thank you, Lady Gaga.
Well, you know where Lady Gaga got her name? Gaga is from Radio Gaga, the Queen song.
Oh, I did not know that.
Well, yeah, see, that could have been a trivia thing. I blew it for you.
Oh, well, now everybody knows the answer. Especially Elizabeth there. She's from Bed Bath & Beyonce. That's their team name.
There you go.
Isn't that
Except for the
That's-
week where they couldn't afford Beyonce.
Oh, that's right. One week they were Bed Bath and could not afford Beyonce. But sometimes they're Bed Bath Beyonce and Steve. And you got to say that.
That's right.
Now, do you do your setup as 4 people teams, up to 4 people?
Oh,
or?
no. In fact, when it comes to Bed Bath & Beyonce, they have 7 people. They've got
See,
a
I
peanut
used to have
gallery.
limits on how many people on a team.
That is
I
the
mean,
limit.
you know,
7. but
7.
they're
7.
You know what?
That's
And
because that's the most we've had, so that's the limit.
pretty much they are the only team that has 7. They're the reason why I made the limit 7 because I love that they're good regulars. The rest of them usually are like 3 or 4 or 5.
Yeah. I mean,
And to be fair, we still get like 4 or 5 teams,
Yeah.
so it makes it nice to keep track of it instead of splitting everybody
Oh my
up.
God, yeah.
my biggest part with stuff like that, you know, with you guys are doing when I used to do it, was as long as everyone had fun.
Yes.
That's right.
That's all that matters.
Well, most people have fun because they make fun of me.
He
when
dances in the corner.
when I dance or mispronounce pretty much every name.
Well, you're a great orator.
Yeah. Every
I saw that one at the chamber dinner. You're like, all right, it was you're like with a cat in a hot tin roof. I mean, you're sweating and like,
Oh.
okay, I got.
Yeah, I'm not very good in front of a
You
crowd.
told me that.
Sort of. I mean,
What?
now I'm getting more used to it. But like, for instance, we had our annual luncheon for the chamber,
Yeah.
and of course, it was me doing a presentation about what's coming on in the chamber and what's going on, and it's a lot of like, you know, just managerial like.
Do you
just
write a
stuff.
script though?
So I do a little bit, and I've been learning to do more outlines, like so that way I can
Bullet
run with
points.
it.
By that, what he actually means is I write scripts for everybody. And I write the outlines for
Thank you,
everybody.
Day.
She just blew up my spot, man.
Well, because you gotta just write bullet points. Write bullet
That's right.
points.
So
and
par-
look down at them because I've seen you try to wing it.
Yeah. I earned my check at the chamber.
Because well, this that chamber dude, like, I don't know, but I'm just gonna wing it. And I saw that, and I was like, he's like leaves in the fall, just being blown everywhere. Just-
I kind of. It's just like.
and it's funny because I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny because you already told me all this, and I'm watching it actually happen. So I'm like, this is kind of funny.
Yeah.
you know, but everyone in the audience was going,
Yeah.
he's our leader?
They usually laugh at it. And I didn't do. So like it's funny because when I do trivia, I kind of flow, but
Right.
But I will say they do make fun of me because I mispronounce names and sometimes certain words. But at the same time, I'm usually having a few apple juices during trivia, and
Well, that doesn't hurt.
so reading by the seventh category, so the seventh round, which is the last round,
The 7? You had 7 rounds?
seven
Oh my-
rounds,
How many
10 questions.
a round?
10 questions.
Holy shamoly.
We
yeah,
get through
it's usually a 2-hour trivia.
Yep, 2-hour trivia.
Because I used to do 4 rounds of 8, and then I would do a bonus round, and then I would do a sheet in between where there was like a bonus stuff, but it wasn't anything
Well,
I had to read.
that include there's 2 rounds in between where one's a picture round where I give it out and it's kind of like our break
Right.
too where they got to guess, and then right after that's the audio round. So that's a 10-minute little listen to all the songs.
Okay.
So we try to be done. We start at 7:30. We try to be done by 9. Sometimes it's 9:30. It
Right.
depends
Well, that's
on
not bad, though,
it
'cause
depends on the challenges.
But that's
How many people need stuff repeated?
How many people? Yeah, sometimes
well,
like
that's
could I hear number
I
1 and 7, 8, and I'll take 4. And if you got 5 ready, I'll hear that one too. And it's like,
when I first did this. Someone had came. This is going back 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, something like that. And so I said, we used to do trivia. Trivia was starting to become a thing. Wasn't that much around here yet. And I said, all right, I'll try it. So I found this company that they did all the trivia questions and fact finding and all that stuff. So, and I paid for it, and it wasn't a lot. So I figured, okay. And it was 15 questions around. But I didn't really proofread the questions.
I've done that.
Oh my God! And I'm like, they're biblical questions.
Oh no.
And here I am, like talking to a bunch of drunks on a Thursday night, and they're just like,
And In John 16.
Jesus of Nazareth walked down here. What did he do? And it was, and I read that and I had a little epiphany. I'm going, and I'm coming back and I'm scoring people's stuff, and I'm like 2 out of 15. 0 out of 15. I'm
We
like,
get a few
this
rounds
isn't
with it.
much fun. I have to dumb this down a lot. And they weren't easy questions. I mean, it wasn't like I knew all of them either.
Right.
Because I would read the question before I knew the answer when I was, and I would be like, oh, geez, that's a tough one. I would get maybe 4 out of 15. But so I'm thinking I got to dumb this down a lot.
I've had well, I shouldn't say I've had to do that. It depends on how fun you want it to be, or
And I don't mean
how,
dumb down in a bad way.
how competitive you want to be.
Right.
Like so the 7
What's the
rounds.
prize?
So the top prize is usually like pretty much dinner at Vino.
Okay.
But we also have prizes in between, all those other
Right.
things, last place prize, all that good stuff. But we've had the first
I used to
round's
call
like,
that the foundation.
the first round is like just general potpourri kind of questions.
Right.
Second round's the hardest, I think. It's the current events. Nobody pays attention to current events.
Do you
so-
make your own questions, or do
No,
you?
I get a service man. I don't have
Okay.
time for that. I do massage it every now and then.
Right, you got to
because-
change them around a little
'cause
bit.
I'm like, that's not really fun, or I'll get a audio round. Actually, one time during the Christmas
Yeah.
time, there was an audio round, and it was Christmas songs done by the original and a new artist at the same time. You had to name both artists and what the song was.
Oh, that's a good one.
And now, but it was very, very hard. I listened to them, and sometimes, maybe Silent Night, someone sang at different tempo or upbeat.
Rockin' around
Yeah, and it was like, and they were
Christmas
meshed
tree.
together, and you couldn't hear it. The other really hard round was what? The one where it was pop music done in the styles of 30s and 40s style. Oh, so like you had like Justin Bieber, baby, baby. It was like baby, 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 baby. Like
Right.
Oh yeah, nobody got any of those. It was bad.
And they get pissed off at you.
Day does it all.
Because you would get some pretty serious people doing it. I mean, they
Oh,
were.
there's some gamers.
Well, one time I gave a hint.
Oh, and they lose their mind.
Well, no. This is what happened was I gave the wrong hint though,
Oh, I've done that.
because the answer was the Unabomber, but I was thinking Ted Bundy, not Ted Kaczynski. So I said I gave a hint for Ted Bundy.
And it threw everybody off.
And it threw everybody off. And then one guy came up and approached me about it, and he says, "No, the bomber, whatever, was Ted." And I'm thinking, I'm like, "Ooh, you're right."
Sorry about
I
that.
Ted Bundy. I said, "Gee, sorry." There's one point I mean,
I
and it was-
know.
and
Hey,
it was-
man, that means everything. I saw a guy break a beer bottle, and he's like, "That's not the right answer, you
It
son
was
of a bitch."
It was 1 point, and he wasn't going to get close to winning anything anyway.
I know, but that's
But
the
they
way-
got so serious over it.
So I had a Messina question one time, and I didn't proof it. Actually, no. All right, I've used this question twice now, and I forgot to proof it the second time.
Right.
So the question is, how many U.S. presidents have visited Messina?
Right.
All right, and it's like Theodore Roosevelt, Dwight D. Eisenhower, Nixon, and in the thing, so I got it. I pulled it off. I think someone must have taken out like possible presidents or
Right.
presidential family. They put in Robert Kennedy, and of course, when I first saw it, I just saw Kennedy.
He
and I
was
wasn't-
up here, yeah.
He was up here, but he
Yeah.
was never a president.
He's never president. no.
And they lost their mind the first time, and I was like, my fault. I should have proofed this. I used it again recently and still didn't change it. People lost their damn mind. And it's always when I go to read it, and I go, oh, what am I doing? Stop saying this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. It's always bad.
Oh, you think we learn from our mistakes,
No,
right? But
hell no.
sometimes you don't.
No, we don't. I mean, we got stuff to do, okay, man? It's just the way it is.
And this is for fun. Well, I'm starting this golf league.
You are.
Yes. Well, it's a very minor golf league, but it's because I'm the board member on
like
the Potsdam
minors?
Town and Country Club.
Oh.
And I said we wanted some way to help promote the restaurant more, and I said, well, let's do a Friday night golf league for like couples or whatever, and we'll call it Nine and Dine, and we're only I think we got 8 weeks we're doing it, on Fridays, and I'm thinking I'm in charge of that now.
Yeah, you got work.
I did that before. We did a couple years ago, but it was not that much of a success because I'm thinking, here's my idea. You guys run it.
Good luck with that.
And I'm like, that's not going to work now. Now I got to run it.
Yeah.
So, because no one wants to run it. Yeah, exactly.
You know what? You signed up for that, and you know what you are.
You are an idiot.
Well, I'm hoping, I said, and then someone said, well, how's the league going to this? How's the, I said, you know what? I just want people to show up. Let's play golf and have fun.
Make
The
it
rules
fun.
are have fun. Okay. I'm not too concerned about, the scores but I said, let's, if we get enough couples, we'll pair them off. But I mean, even couples, if you just want to bring a friend, but I don't want like 2 scratch golfers playing. This is a fun league for like non-golfers like me and, my wife. We're golfers, but we're not great golfers by any stretch of the
You
imagination.
don't go crazy with it.
Right. So it's going to be, and we're going to do different formats on the Fridays, and then we're going to have some light entertainment in the club.
That's good.
And
Where is
and
that?
At
The
the
country,
Potsdam Town
Potsdam
and Country
Country.
Club. And I said,
When do you
always-
start?
June 21st, I think.
First.
June 21st. It's the first Friday.
Maybe you'll get some tangent people to sign up.
You never know, and it's just going to be fun. And I say, and she's like, well, how's the league in this? Look, I just want people to come and golf, and then afterwards come have a few drinks, and then have dinner.
Is it a scramble?
Well, I think the first week we're going to do a 4-man scramble. So if there's 4 people playing, or what they call captain and crew.
Right.
So where it's like everyone hits, and then you take, okay, that's the best ball.
Yeah, see,
You
when
know?
I first started playing golf and they said scramble, I thought you just hit the ball and run like hell. Fucking run!
Well, there's a scramble, but then there's best ball. Now, best ball is
Right.
we play our own ball.
Yep.
And who's ever got the best score,
Yeah.
that's best ball.
Right.
But scramble is more like, okay, your ball went in the woods over here. I'm right down the middle of the fairway, and your ball went over here, and your ball is like maybe 10 yards behind mine, so we'll take mine. Everyone plays for my ball.
Plays from yep. That's usually how it works.
And then we go
take
from
the best
there.
score from there.
And then
And that's usually the best way to do it. It's fun that way.
that's the fun one. And then there's different scores. There's also the Chapman, which is kind of similar, where it's like we both drive, and then the other person takes. We both drive. How'd it go? We both drove, and then she would have to hit my drive. Who's ever had the best drive, then she would go first, and then we keep swapping until we keep going. So the couples would do that. And then there's different games you can play, like the grenades, and
Right, oh,
or
yeah.
you get like
the
a
grenades
length
where
of
you
screen,
throw it. Yeah.
or different things.
That's usually fun.
It's just for fun. I just want to get people out there and playing golf.
Hey, Dave, you've got me worried that we're gonna blow up. What's that mean? That little timer.
Oh, it's just saying it's around time to
Wrap things up.
wrap things up. You still got a little more time though.
All right.
We got 2 minutes
thought we were
and 48
blowing up.
seconds.
I'd say you have another good 5 minutes.
Oh,
5 minutes?
Man, you were
Well,
scaring me. I was like, oh, something's
first
gonna
of
blow
all,
up.
We haven't talked about the phone number.
We were
At
just
all.
deep in
Or
conversation.
Patreon.
315 Toy Road. Patreon.
Well, nobody's gonna call now. It sounds like we only got 5 minutes.
Well, if you call now, you can get a special. Nate will show you his left nipple.
You don't want to see that. They're dime size. I'm not kidding.
I have innies.
All right, if we all right, I'm degrading myself. But I'm telling you, I can prove that they're dime size.
They're dime-sized nipples.
We've got to get 5 Patreons for me to prove it, and it will be picture. It won't be live.
It's
I can't do that.
$1 a month.
And we've already got 5 patrons. So
No,
Really?
no. I'm counting in addition. You
Darn.
can't do that,
We
Dave.
need
You
5
can't do
from
that.
today.
You can't do that.
So we actually have 5.
we have 4 right now.
Well, one of them's me,
yes.
because I still have to get over to my folks' house and show them how to use it so they can watch these videos.
Oh, I've got more.
Well, look, I mean, look, if they just go to, patreon.com/tangents, when they log in, they just go right over to, let's see, right here, polished episode playlist.
Ooh,
They can watch it from right
Nice.
there.
so sexy.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
So
I
we're
like
making
that.
all kinds of money here.
All right, yeah. Oh, yes, thank you.
I know. I just got my $1
Thank you.
my $1 receipt. I got a receipt from Patreon. So you guys are welcome.
So it's working.
So if we split it 3 ways,
33 cents.
33 cents
All
and
right.
1/3.
That's enough for, like, half a cup of coffee at Stewart's.
There you go. How much can I get for 33 cents? I was just listening to the TED Talks. You ever listen?
love TED Talks.
Well, they're on iHeartRadio, and
My favorite TED Talk, real quick, if you Google
yeah,
your first follower. If you Google your first follower,
follower?
TED Talk. Yeah, it's a great TED Talk. Check it out.
okay. Well, this one was this first one I just listened to. I had to go to Plattsburgh today, so I had a couple of hours to kill, and I just wanted to listen to something. And so I'm listening to this, and this guy started this thing where he was scared of rejection, and so he started this thing where for every day for 100 days he actually tried to be rejected, so he wouldn't be scared of being rejected. Like he went into this
okay.
burger place, ate his burger, and he went back up for a burger refill.
Ah,
He goes, "Yeah, I'd like another burger refill, please."
and they told him no.
They told him no, and the first time he did it, he walked up to a stranger. He said he asked him for $100, just to see if he could have $100. And the guy's like, no, why? And he says, I got scared and I ran away. He goes, and I'm like, I can't, that. And he recorded
Interesting.
himself doing this. So he did that, and then the next day was the burger refill, and then he did it every day for 100 days. And he goes, out of those 100 days, 51 people said yes.
Wow. So he could have just ultimately got like stuff, or he was able
Well,
to.
like one of them was like, hey, can I
I
plant?
shouldn't say just stuff.
Can I
but,
plant this flower in your garden?
and sometimes he gave things. So he
So it wasn't like crazy weird stuff, but it was just he was always asking for something.
Well, that's
to see
good
if
data
they-
there, because if he was asking for things, he was probably more apt to get said no. When he was giving things, I'm sure more people
And
said
his,
yes.
And his big thing was he was scared of rejection, and 2, from that first time he said, after the second time he goes, I started to engage the people. So he goes, the guy said, hey, about the burger refill. And that was the second one. The guy said, no, we don't do burger refills. He goes, oh man, he says, I love your burger so much, but if you did a burger refill, I would probably love you even more.
Ah,
And the guy's like, I'll talk to my manager about it, but I can't do it for you today. He's like, okay. And they walked away.
Yeah.
But he's the first time when he asked for the $100, he was scared shitless
So, yeah.
and ran off. And I'm
Interesting.
thinking that is so cool. Let's think of it. Remember when we were like in junior high being like, Mary Beth, would you like to go to the dance with me?
Oh yeah, your fear of rejection.
Because you
is
don't want that
brutal.
fear of rejection.
Well, maybe we'll get deep on this. So if you see that you always people more accept the givingness,
Mm-hmm.
and we all went for that because people will accept that, then I guess most people do get something out of it. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, flipping it around.
Mary Beth, could I get
Well, I won't say because that'd be really rude. But
Wait. I had one here for you.
rejected again.
I had one here for you.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Rejected again. Damn.
This is fun. I
I
like
hate
this.
it when that happens.
I love this.
So let's see here. What do we got? What the hell is a Patreon?
Patreon.
What the hell's a Patreon?
Well, if you subscribe to Patreon, it'll help us keep going. You don't have to. You can always catch our free show on podcast, but we really appreciate you get to watch the live stream in full effect. And
$1.
It looks like my brother's calling me. We do not want to take this call right now.
Well, we can't take it over the air because he's not calling through the proper channels.
I certainly can take it over the air right now. But I will call you back
What
later,
the bleep
buddy.
are you bleep 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 doing? Bleep 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 bleep.
We got some stuff to talk about.
All right. Well, we got 1 minute and 18 seconds.
Well, I guess we could say goodbye to everyone.
We could probably say goodbye. Sorry I was late.
No, that's okay.
I'll probably be late again.
And that's what I figured.
And
You missed my cool intro too.
I missed everything.
That's
he
all
can
right.
always watch it
He can
later.
always
I
really
mean,
watch it.
he's a patron.
I am a Patreon member. Not only am
He's
I
calling me back.
president.
He's calling me back. Hold on. I'm
Let's-
just gonna.
okay.
Do,
Hello.
Hey Ray.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, I just want to let you know you're on
Hello?
our podcast right now.
Hello.
So, okay. Who just said hello?
Hello.
Wait, are you on like four-way call right now?
Yes.
Is this a four-way?
I can't talk right now because I'm literally doing my podcast
No, he
and
can
you're
talk.
on it right now.
No, we can talk. We can talk. Oh, we can talk.
No, we can't talk right now.
Oh, shh.
Because
Nate,
I know what you
cut
guys
your
wanna-
mic. Cut his mic.
I know what you guys want to talk about, and we can't talk right now.
Let's
I'll
talk
call you
about
right
it.
back. Love you
Let's
guys.
talk about it right now. Oh, come on.
I can't, dude.
Is that about the penis reduction?
No.
Or the penis enlargement?
Now, hey, if you guys want to find out what my brothers and sisters were very adamant want to talk about, tune in next week. Maybe I'll give you a little summary.
Oh, is that about the hemorrhoid removal? I mean, I told you it's not that big of a deal. It's painful, yes, but you'll get through it. A couple days.
What is this? You're like, just. So
You can handle the truth.
thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see you next week. Same time, same bat place. Thank you, Internet. Have a good one.
Time to say goodbye.
We'll see you later. I don't know.
See you later, alligator. We'll see you next week at the same time.
Oh, that's good.
See you later, alligator. We'll see you later at the same time.
Or maybe not, because we might be late.
See you in a while, crocodile. Maybe the same time next week.
Or maybe not. Doesn't matter.
Or I could come down with a case of the shits, and then I won't be able to make it to my seat. See you later, alligator. See you this time next week. See you later, alligator. See you next time. Same time.